I was just reminded of a very funny story. Well, I should qualify that. Um, a story that was very funny to me. And, I'm fully aware of and understanding uh, that not everybody shares my sense of humor. Scrolling through TikTok, I see some interview clip with Ben Affleck. The interviewer was asking him about his younger brother Casey, and says, "When you are directing Casey, does he take direction well from you?" And I was reminded of the one in-person interaction that I've had with Casey Affleck. I didn't know who he was. Um, it was 2004. I was working for kind of a boutique law firm in San Francisco as an attorney. And I was working for a woman who was an absolutely fucking brilliant attorney. It was a very high end family law practice. And I, I mean, this woman had like fucking Jedi mind tricks all day long, man. I mean, and was one of the, it still is one of the best lawyers I've ever met. Taught me a tremendous amount about practicing law, how to take depositions, how to do all of the things to be an effective attorney. And her practice focused on representing people who, I still does. I shouldn't use the past tense. She did very high asset family law, divorce, dissolutions, support custody cases. Um, she's incredibly good at what she does. And and at that time, so early 2004, I'd been living in San Francisco for 2 years. I had been in a band with her sister, and I was an attorney. Got my license in to practice in California, and she offered me an interview. I went in for an interview. She offered me a job. I was like, "This is great, fantastic, man." Office building in the financial district. Office was way up high, overlooking the bay. And I'm like, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. And she came in my office one day and told me that she just signed up a new client and that I was going to be the day to day attorney on that case. I'm like, okay. And she's like, it's Lars Ulrich, the drummer from Metallica. And I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? What the fuck's even happening right now? What is even happening right now? So we start doing that case. We start working on the case. And, and I was working my ass off on that case, man. I was really trying to do a good job. I was trying to impress her. I was trying to impress him. I was trying to conceal from him that I'd been a Metallica fan for 20 fucking years at that point. Because I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the fucking fan. I just didn't want to be that guy. I wanted, if he was going to be impressed with me, I wanted him to be impressed with me because of the work that I was doing on his case. And there were a few times that I came up, legitimately with some really good ideas in that case. And, I had hoped that I had some credibility. Few months in, there was an afternoon. There was an afternoon in our conference room that involved Lars and his then girlfriend Connie Nielsen, and then Sean Penn showed up, and yeah. But later that evening, I got a phone call from Lars's assistant. He was like, "Lars is going to be in the back room at Tosca up in North Beach tonight. Wanted to check and see if you wanted to join him." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." And me being me, I was like, "Can I bring my brother?" It's like, that's fine. It's like it was already like 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. My brother's already in bed. I had to get him out of bed. I'm like, dude, get up. We're going to Tosca. So we go up there, and they let us in the back room, and there were several people there along with their wives and girlfriends. And it was Lars and Connie Nielsen. It was Billy Duffy from the Cult. It was Sean Penn. And it was Jerry Cantrell. And, my brother and I were in this back room at Tosca in North Beach. And we're hanging out with these guys, and it was just one of those like really surreal kind of moments. Okay, it was just surreal, and in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, I gotta be at work at like 8 a.m. tomorrow. And so I was standing there talking to Lars and a couple of the other guys. I think it was Jerry Cantrell and Billy Duffy. And this little short guy comes like barging in to the conversation, like shoves me out of the way, and starts talking to the other guys. I think my brother may have left by then. And I'm like, whoa, having a conversation here. And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was just like, dude, who the fuck are you? Am I supposed to know who you are? Who the fuck are you? It was Casey Affleck. Look, whatever. It was 20 years ago. I don't know. I know absolutely nothing else about Casey Affleck other than that one interaction, which was 20 years ago. May have been having an off night. Maybe he's a totally different person now. Maybe that was some kind of an aberration. I don't know. But I know that I said some very not nice things to him in front of those other guys. And that felt good. Because I was like, who the fuck are you? He's like, who the fuck are you? And I'm like, I'm his lawyer. And I'd kind of hit it off a little bit with Billy Duffy, and Billy Duffy was like, and he's my drummer too. I don't think Billy Duffy knew who he was either. Yeah, so nothing like getting an 8.5 minute long video out of, I saw this little tiny clip on TikTok.